Hello everyone and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is our new perspective for the day and we are using the Tattoo Tarot. We got, interesting, King of Swords, Five of Cups, and Queen of Swords. Swords is, it rules over the element air and it represents intellect, logic, truth, honesty. There's no emotion based in the suit of swords. It doesn't have anything to do with emotion at all. It's all head related, all mind related. It's about thought processes, intellect, truth, straightforwardness. It's very direct, it's very swift. And cups represents water, which is emotion-based. And it's about your feelings and your intuition and your emotions and decisions based in emotion, right? Which is very interesting, considering we have the King and Queen of Swords here, which are divine counterparts to each other. And there's a Five of Cups in the middle of it. So the King of Swords is an advisor. He takes good advice. He knows when to take good advice. He gives good advice. He is logical and strategic and very knowledgeable. And the Queen of Swords is the assassin of the deck, right? She's very swift with her decisions and very straightforward with her decisions. And if anyone tries to hurt the people that she's charged with protecting, she has no problem slaying them, right? She's one of those shoot first and ask questions later kind of queens, right? She makes very swift judgments and very logical judgments, and she's very protective of the kingdom that she has been charged with protecting, right? She's very much a warrior. Think of Xena, warrior princess. She's very much a warrior. She is straightforward and always protects her heart, always protects the hearts of the people that she's charged with caring for. Fives are challenges, right? So the challenge is, and Five of Cups represents grief and disappointment and sorrow, things not turning out the way that you had expected them to turn out. They're a challenge to get through that disappointment, right? To overcome that emotional disruption in the flow of your happiness, right? So with the Five of Cups being in between this divine counterpart duo here, there seems to imply that there is a disconnect between these two individuals that they're divine counterparts. They were meant to be together, right? But there's this rift that is a challenge for them to get through. And given the fact that swords don't have anything to do with emotions, and the fact that they are actually facing one another, it tells me that they are having difficulty in expressing themselves on an emotional level to be able to understand each other, right? What is it that you are intuitively feeling with these three cards? They're very interesting, no? let me know in the comment section below. I think the challenge here is to be able to effectively communicate feelings and emotions without doing harm, without doing any damage to that relationship, but with the goal of strengthening it, right? And being able to maintain your own character and not lose yourself in the emotion of it all, right? Let's see what we got for oracles. We got the illustrated bestiary. Let's see what we got. Key into wisdom. Key into wisdom. Little Owl, page 143. Let me see. Well, that's appropriate for this divine couple, right? What page is that? 143. Let's look in the book and see what it says. 143. Okay. Key into wisdom. Little Owl. Little Owl has been the companion of a goddess and the patron of a city. So don't let the word little fool you. This icon of wisdom sat on the Athena's blind side, illuminating what even a goddess could not see. Athena, Greek goddess of wisdom, knew that being wise requires us to acknowledge our own weaknesses, to understand that even goddesses are not all-knowing. Blindness in and of itself is not a fault. Failure comes from refusing to call on those who will help you understand the whole. Little Owl sees what you cannot. Call on her when you're ready to listen. Ooh, very interesting. I love how that connects with these three cards. What do you think? So the ritual says, ask wise questions. Little Owl teaches us that even a goddess can't know and see everything. Each of us has a blind side created by enculturation, prejudice, or simple lack of understanding. Of course, it's hard to know what you don't know. When facing decisions where you need to see the biggest possible picture, it's helpful to have some ritual questions to ask yourself. You can even deputize a close friend to ask you these questions when you come looking for advice. How will this situation look in 5 years or a decade from now? What will the outcome of my decisions look like in 5 years or a decade from now? Am I attached to being right? Are there parts of myself that I will lose if I behave a certain way? Are there parts of myself that I will lose if I behave a certain way? Interesting. I just said something to that, right? What decision might create the highest good for all involved? Interesting. Very interesting. So the reflection says, calling in counsel. It takes a bit of bravery and a lot of self-awareness to admit you have a blind side, that you are not all-knowing, especially if you're a goddess. If Little Owl were to sit on your shoulder, what types of things would she need to whisper to you? What areas of your life sit in your personal blind spot? Can you admit when you're wrong? Do you allow people around you to change, or do you insist on seeing them in a fixed way? Are you too trusting or not trusting enough? Do you have trouble with money or business or science? Are you willfully ignorant of how other people feel about you? Acknowledging areas in your life where you are blind allows you to strategize and call in the support you need, whether that's an accountant or a therapist. You can think of these helpers as your own little owls And know that when you allow yourself counsel and advice, you are moving toward wisdom. Beautiful. Very beautiful. And then we have a super attractor. Manifesting is the creative process of aligning with the energy of the universe to co-create an experience that elevates my spirit and the spirit of the world. Isn't that interesting? I really enjoyed these cards today. Let me know what your intuitive nature is telling you about these cards today in the comment section below. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. I'd love to see what your perspective is on these cards. Let me know in the comment section below. And have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.